Coming up, Star Wars The Black Series, The Book of Boba Fett, Krrsantan. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video will be unboxing and reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series, The Book of Boba Fett, Krrsantan deluxe figure. So he was been, I guess, out for about 2 weeks now, something like that. Hasbro shipped him last week. However, we let that go due to all the G.I. Joe figures that were going on pre-order, and we got him at GameStop because he arrived actually before I think some of the shipments from Hasbro arrived. So, you know, swung by GameStop and I picked him up, and they had the whole wave, you know, with Morgan Elsbeth and Ezra, Chopper, Ahsoka, all of them. We have a couple in that wave already. I planned on getting them all, but I'm a little undecided. I might just pass on the Rebels characters. I'm not sure. I am definitely getting Sabine, but, you know, we have Krrsantan, and here he is. So, here's his box. We'll go ahead and show that off. Plastic free, of course. You have figure art on the front, the nice artist rendition box art on the side. That looks really good. Krrsantan at the bottom. Spin around to the back. You have the picture of Santo and Krrsantan. A short little bio here. I'll read it for you. A former gladiator turned deadly bounty hunter, Krrsantan is a towering black-furred Wookiee who made a name for himself in the criminal underworld with his intimidating presence and raw strength. Cool. This side, you have Krrsantan right here, Star Wars The Black Series. He stands at 6.9 inches tall, so he's pretty big. Stuff on the bottom. We used a $5 coupon, so we got him for like $29 and some change. That's after tax, of course. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop him open. But first, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe for future content. Alrighty. Break out the trusty dusty kniff. Now, Krrsantan, or otherwise known as Black Krrsantan, you know, he made his debut in the comic books. He was a gladiator turned bounty hunter. He's gone up against all of the, you know, the big name heads in Star Wars. He's mainly showed up in Dr. Aphra comics. So, unlike the one that came out prior to this, you know, he just looks horrible, and I wasn't even going to pull the trigger on that one. I was just, man, just a repainted like holiday Chewbacca or something. Not interested, no thank you. But finally, they have, you know, the Disney Plus version, or the Star Wars cinematic version right here, and it's awesome. In the box, you get some crap, and here's his little cardboard dungeon. As you can see, he's got this bag over here that's actually taped in, so I'm going to cut that. Yeah, Krrsantan, he's a cool character. I was really stoked when I saw him show up in the Book of Boba Fett. I know a lot of us were hoping for more, but we got him, and you know, that's all I really care about at the moment. So hopefully he'll make some more appearances in future Star Wars projects, you know, and maybe they'll bring in Dr. Aphra. I'd love to see her in the droids. That'd be great, but you know, for the time being, just him. So we're going to go ahead and pop open his weapon here before we get to the figure. So his heavy blaster was packed up pretty well, and here it is. Man, Hasbro, make more weapons like this. This is nice, thick, sturdy, solid plastic. Detail on it's great. You can see it has that gunmetal, you know, finish to it. There's some darker grays, a little bit of metallic sheen over here on the butt, I guess under the armpit stock. He's got, this looks like dual scopes at the top here. He's got a silver, I guess, paint over his barrel here, as well as some blue, almost like some heated, you know, heated metal on the barrel. So that looks nice. I've actually done that with some props before, you know, taking some light blue metallic paint and put it over top of silver to make it look like the I guess the chrome is kind of burning off of the barrel a little bit due to being hot. So it's got some red in it, you know, for these buttons on the side, probably the reload and all that good shit. But yeah, weapon looks great. Pleased with it. All right, Now for the figure himself. Again, he's taped around some parts. So we'll just cut those, get this cardboard out of here. And here is the clamping, all wrapped up like a mummy. They're still doing the Star Wars tissue paper, which is cool. I don't show it off every time, but that's really cool. It's backwards, but whatever. That's really cool. I like to hold on to this stuff too, because, you know, maybe if I ever sell something on eBay or something to a big Star Wars fan, they don't collect figures, you know, it's like, oh wow, where'd you get the tissue paper from? Well, if you bought figures, you'd know. And here he is. So, he looks pretty good. At least it's not in the Chewbacca body, that's all I care about. Looking him over, you know, the arms seem a little short. I don't know if it's just me or maybe the figure. But then again, I don't have a 7-foot tall, you know, Wookiee gladiator standing in front of me. Let me see. So he's got his, you know, dual bandoliers with his spiked shoulder pads. It's a plastic one. It's pretty flexible. So, and you can also tuck it up under, you know, the fur coming off of his head. So that's a good thing. He's got the braids coming down from his chin, you know, bangled with these little gold pieces in here. There's a slight detail into it, almost like a bronze, you know, maybe like, almost like a black wash going over it. So that's pretty neat. Pretty good detail in the engraving on it. Spin them around to the back. More braids coming down. The black fur has a mix of gray and white, so that's a plus. Come down to his belt. He's got that large engraved belt buckle on the front. Maybe this is like some fallen comrades. You know, it looks like there's 2 of them. Could be Wookiee scalps. Maybe he picked up off some Mandalorians or something. Pouch right here. Looks like there could be a peg here if he would wear a backpack, but you never saw him wear one, so why would he have it? And it goes down to his feet. Look at his hands. He does have the vibro knucklers on, so that's cool. They're not really detailed, but they're on there. Look at the face. So he's got kind of like the resting bitch face, if you want to call it that. You know, just you know. Got the white at the eyebrows, so it looks like his eyebrows are always raised, which is really cool. But yeah, let's check out his articulation. The head can go left and right, not that much. Up and down slightly. Move over to the arms with the shoulder pads. They can come up somewhat. Looks like they could come up more, but that's as far as they're going up with these shoulder pads on. I'll try the other arm. That can come up slightly higher because that shoulder pad is up underneath of his head some. Extend that out. There is no bicep rotation. They can go around 360, but like I said, took his head off. Giant ball joint on him. So yeah, let's pop that back on. So we'll just toy around with what we can. So at the elbow joint, they can rotate 360. Has a single hinge for up and down. Down at his hands, I think they're just pegged in. I don't think they're hinged because they're not giving me much more flexibility. They can also rotate 360. You see, ab crunch, back and forward, not much at all. You see, he's got torso swivel. There's some lower leg swivel. I'm not sure exactly where that's twisting from. A bit of a waist under there, but not much. His legs, there's no drop legs. They're also on a ball joint that can come out that far, go forward that far, and go back that far. So he's got pretty good leg articulation. No thigh swivel, but there is knee swivel as well as a single hinge to go back that far. Put it back forward, go down to his feet. So there's some rotation in that as well. Also some pivot, up and down, not that much. But actually some pretty good, decent detail in the feet too. Bigfoot. Holes in the bottom for peg stand. And yeah, so there's Black Krrsantan. Now we'll go ahead and gear him up with his heavy rifle. So just like the box art, we'll go ahead and get that grip into his hand. Try to get them fingers up in there. There is no trigger, but it looks like on the box, you know, he's holding this a little odd. So I guess due to the flexibility, he can't really hold it, you know, perfectly the way you'd want it. But I want him holding this piece. Let me see if I can get his arm a little bit more forward. Push that down, something like that. And gotta get that thumb out of the way. And he doesn't want to hold this thing at all. So I guess that's why they have it like that on the box, because this thumb can go up through this little piece right here, and you can hold it a bit better. So we'll slide that up in there like that. Give him a bit of a tilt. Try to turn his head some. It doesn't need much. And then we'll do something like that from now. I'll go ahead and bring out Dr. Afro for a size comparison. So here she is. I did have her on a stand because she doesn't like to stand up on a shelf for some reason. I might have to bring it out here. Yeah. Oh, just bring that out. This is just a regular dynamic stand. You know, you can get them in the NECA Funko Pop section in Targets. They work good for Black Series. You know, she's pretty much side by side with him, and he towers over her big time. Plus, she's on a stand, so you know you get like a centimeter or two in there. But he's got about an inch and some height advantage on her. I'd say probably a little more than that, close to an inch and a half actually. So yeah, he's definitely a big dude. Got some good height advantage on him. He's hefty. Nice figure. But yeah, let's go ahead and throw him on the turntable, and we'll give you some final thoughts. All right, so here is your Star Wars The Black Series, the Book of Boba Fett, Krrsantan. He's a cool figure. Definitely glad I picked him up. He's going to look great on the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett's display shelf that we have. They did a pretty good job with him. The detail is great. Maybe you could expect a little more. He was a little bit more than a regular Black Series figure, but they did use more plastic. You know, he is a lot heavier. He's bigger. They use more, but the one gun, I mean, they could have probably let it slide, you know, and it'd be the cost of like what Chewbacca would be, but I don't know. They just pushed a little more. It's okay though. I'm not complaining too much. Overall, yeah, I'm happy with it. He looks great. Definitely glad I held out and waited for this one and not gotten that last piece of garbage that they brought out, which I don't know why anyone would get that. But that's just my opinion. I don't care for it. This one was the way to go, and I think I made the right decision, definitely. He looks good with Dr. Afra, and this is the newer release as well. I'm not sure if she's still available, but I'm sure you can find her somewhere if need be. I did pick her up at a GameStop as well. It seems like the GameStops are where it's at if you need some Black Series figures, you know, that maybe you missed on Pulse, or, you know, you weren't able to get, you know, elsewhere, maybe Entertainment Earth or BBTS, somewhere like that. But yeah, check them out. If you like them, you know, he's a great addition to the collection. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, like always, please leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.